LG has finally announced United States pricing and release dates for their upcoming OLED TVs. Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. It is official. LG has finally given us the release dates and pricing for their OLED TVs here in the United States. So if you have been waiting for this information, well, I'm gonna bring it to you, and there isn't going to be any more guessing on how much these TVs are going to cost or when you're going to be able to get one in your home. As always, I'm going to start with the top of the line TVs. In this case, I'm going to start with the G2 models, and then I'm going to work my way down the list all the way to the A2 models. I will include chapters or timestamps, whatever you want to call it, if you want to find the TV that you're looking for to make it easier for you. Since I'm doing all of that, go ahead and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Thank you. At first, we have the OLED G2 97-inch. For this one, we do not have pricing or release date yet, so we gotta wait for that information to come out soon at some point. Going down on size, we have the 83-inch OLED G2 TV, and that is going to be available April 2022, and it's going to retail for $6,499. Going down to the OLED G2 77-inch, we have that coming out March 2022, so it's going to be available this month in the next few days, most likely. Going down to the OLED 65-inch G2, we have that at $29.99, also available in March. Then we go to the G2 55-inch. This one's going to be available April 2022, and that's going to be $21.99. As a reminder, the G2 this year comes with new technology called the Evo Max. So you're going to be able to have a brighter screen than last year's G2 and this year's C2. So guess we'll see if that's true when TVs start rolling out to reviewers. Moving on to the most popular model for LG OLED TVs, that being the C line of TVs. So this year we're going to have the LG OLED C2, and this year they will officially carry the Evo screen that the G2 model had last year. So technically this year's C model TVs are going to be brighter than the C1s. Again, we'll see if this is a reality once TVs make it out to the market. Starting with the C2 83-inch, which is going to be available on April 2022. This is going to be available for $5,499 or $5,500. Moving down to the 77-inch, we have this one available March 2022, so it's going to be available this month, and that one's going to retail for $34.99. Then we have the OLED 65-inch C2. That one's going to be available in March as well, and that one's going to retail for $2,500. Going down in size, we have the 55-inch, and that one's going to be available for $17.99 on March 2022. Then we have the OLED 48-inch, and that one is going to be available for $14.99 on March 2022. And finally, we have the new smaller size of OLED TV that LG will have available this year, and that is the OLED 42-inch C2 model. That one won't be available until May, so that is going to be a couple of months until you're able to get it in your hands, and that one's going to be available for $13.99. And next we have the B2, and the biggest difference between the B2 and the C2 this year is going to be that one, we don't have the Evo panel on the B2. The other one is the chip inside the TV is going to be the A7 Gen 5 versus the A9 Gen 5 on the other models. So this is where things change a little bit when it comes to the models on OLED TVs. So the B2 starts at 77 inches, and that one is going to be $32.99, available March 2022. Then we have the 65-inch B2 for $19.99, March 2022. That's actually a great deal. $2,000 for an OLED TV. It's not a bad deal. 120 hertz, pretty much has everything that the C2 has, except as I said, that the screen is going to be different and of course the chip. But if you really want to experience an OLED screen at a great size, I don't think you can go wrong with a B2. Personally, that's just my opinion. The next size is going to be 55-inch B2, and that one's going to be $14.99, also available March 2022. Now let's move on to the entry-level model for LG OLEDs, and that's the A series. The A series has been around for a couple of years now, and this is the entry-level for OLED TVs. It lacks all HDMI 2.1 features. It has the same chip that the B2 has, which is the A7 Gen 5 chip, but it only gets up to 60 Hertz. So you will be able to get a good image on the TV. You will be able to watch movies and enjoy those kind of things, but you won't be able to get any gaming features for the current gen console. So if you're looking for a TV for gaming, the A series, it is that TV that you want to stay away from, and maybe start with a B2 and then work your way up depending on what your budget is. With all that said, right now we don't have pricing or availability on the A2s, but usually that information comes around summertime. So a couple of more months before we get an announcement of what the A series is going to retail for and when you can expect to get one at home. We finally have pricing and availability for these OLED LG TVs. Of course, we had the pricing in euros before, which I kind of messed that up when I did the video. Someone pointed out that I kept saying pounds, even though I meant to say euros. So my apologies for that. I couldn't change it because the video was already out. Next, I'm going to do a video where we compare prices for Samsung and LG, and no, actually probably I'll hold on until the pricing for Sony comes out, and then we can compare pricing for those TVs and get an idea of, you know, what features each TV has and which one makes more sense to go and buy when the TVs become available. TVs are more expensive this year, and the reason why TVs are more expensive this year is because of everything that's happening with from the pandemic, right? We have shortage in chips and manufacturing and all these things. Then the other thing is that again, LG can raise the prices on some of their TVs due to technology changing in these TVs. This is, I will say, a redesign of their TVs in a way, even though it isn't a total redesign on the TVs. And what I mean by that is mainly the panel on these TVs. We have the new G2s that are going to have a brighter panel than last year's TVs because they have a new technology, or what they're calling a new technology, this Evo Max. They can go ahead and drive the prices up on the TV because it's offering new technology. Same thing with the C2. They can go ahead and move that badging of Evo panel to the C2 and also raise the prices a little bit on their C2 models because they again are going to carry a brighter image, a better panel, if you want to call that, which is the way they're going to market this thing, and raise the price because of that reason. So I will say this year is a refresh when it comes to these LG OLED TVs. And I cannot wait to read reviews and see how these TVs perform compared to last year's TVs. And if we really get that promise of a brighter OLED TV, as they're saying that is going to happen with a G2. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about the prices. Are you excited about how inexpensive these B2 models have become if you're looking for a good gaming OLED TV? Or are you disappointed? You know, on just give me your thoughts on the information that we have here. Go ahead and subscribe because it really, really helps the channel. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That also helps the channel and YouTube's algorithm for more people to be able to be driven to this channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. Thank you very much for watching.